Dance with me dad again doesn't sound the same, does it? Dance with me father again has the nice ring, doesn't it? Joe McKelvey is my guest. Welcome, Joe.
Hello, how are you?
The man with the big smile. When did I last see you on the telly? Were you on X Factor Extra?
I was on, what, you mean recently?
I saw a chat show recently.
Chat show recently?
Were you on X Factor Extra?
No.
Were you on, what's his name now? The late night. I've seen you somewhere.
Yeah, I've been pretty much everywhere at the minute. I've been quite a busy boy.
Now, pop star to opera star.
Yes.
When you got asked, what did you think, Joe?
Well, I was supposed to have that time off. I was just going to take some time off in the summer and chill out. And when I got asked, I just thought, oh, yeah, it'll be a fun project to take part in. Didn't think it would have in the slightest bit of an effect on anything to do with my career because it was so different to what I did.
No, but it could. You could have made a fool of yourself.
Exactly.
God,
well, that's what I meant.
It's a big step.
Yeah. Well, I just thought it was going to be something fun. It would be a bit of a laugh. Bit of a Mickey take, to be honest. And then when I got on there, I realised I was actually going to have to learn how to sing classically, and I got a bit of a shock, to be honest. And then I realised, like, what have I let myself in for? And it, you know, going out there singing a different style that you're not used to, and singing some of the most well-known songs in the universe,
lung busters as well.
If you mess them up, you know, the opera critics are pretty harsh. They don't take any rubbish.
Well, as far as they're concerned, it's a travesty even holding a competition like this. You know. But isn't breathing important, apparently, with opera, more than with pop? I mean, I'm sure you never considered your breathing as much in pop as you do now in opera. Well,
breathing in singing is, like, vital no matter what style you're singing, but it's a different style of breathing in opera and classical singing. I don't like to say opera because I'm not opera trained, I'm not classically trained, but classical style. You've got to be really relaxed, whereas with pop music, there's a lot of tension in your jaw, and it kind of all comes by the tension of your jaw, and that's how you get the fast notes out and the little riffs and things, whereas classical, it's got to be really open, lower jaw, breathing from right underneath your diaphragm. It's a lot more technical, but it's a lot easier because you're everything's in the right place.
And you probably knew the press would all be skitting at you, what Joe McClelland got for pop stars, because you know what they're like with X Factor contestants.
Oh, well, you know, they would be skitting at us if I did anything, to be honest. So I was just like, whatever.
Can you take that okay?
Well, yeah,
because you always come over to me as someone who would hate easily.
I think people think that, but to be honest, I just let it go over my head, and they slag everybody off. You know what I mean? It's not just me; it's everybody. They've got something to say about everybody.
But everybody else getting slagged doesn't hate as much as yourself getting slagged.
Yeah, but I think if it was just me and they were being nice about everybody else, I would be like, oh well, that's a bit unfair. But because it's everybody else, it's just like it's chip paper the next day. Just get over it.
And you know what? So much for these classical people who turn their nose up. But you know what, Joe? Reversed, they couldn't do it.
Exactly.
They could not do it.
No, you can't. Because I've said that.
I've heard attempts before. I've heard some of the really big opera stars attempting pop.
It's impossible.
They're hopeless.
It's impossible because once you've trained the opposite way, so if you train classically, you can't switch to pop because it would damage your voice so much that it would just ruin it. Because it's so technically and kind of a regimented style of singing that you can't switch.
I mean, apparently when he became big, the opera people were sending hit squads after Russell Watson.
Really?
He was in hiding for years.
Maybe I need to watch out then.
Jose Carreras had the mafia looking for him.
No, but the thing is, you know, I think it's obviously a very critical style of music, but you know, I don't try and pretend to be something I'm not. I'm not a classically trained singer. I did that show, I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to kind of reference some of it on my album. I'm not trying to say that I'm some kind of worldwide opera singer, so I kind of just enjoy the fact that singing in a different language and singing in that style, I really enjoy it, so that's the main thing.
But this new album, Classic, you must look at it and think to yourself, I never thought I'd be singing those tracks. I'd never picked them in a month of Sundays.
Exactly. Every night on tour, I'm on tour at the minute, and every night I finish the show with Ness and Doma, and I still can't. Every night I'm like, I can't believe I'm introducing this song because it just feels so weird that I'm singing one of the biggest songs in the world. Yeah. And it just shows you how things change. You never know what's around the corner.
And they all stop and wait. don't they, for that note?
For the high note, yes. Yeah. So if you have a sore throat, you're in trouble.
Exactly. Because I used to be the same. I mean, Roy Orbison was an idler man, and Roy could hit top C, no bother. And every time I went to see him in concert, if he did Running Scared or Crying, when he come to the big note, I always said he's not going to get it, but he always did.
It is. I think that's the thing with those classical songs. They're them kind of songs where they have you on the edge of your seat right the way through. So at the end of the song, you're overcome with all these emotions.
Yeah.
And even singing them as well, they're so kind of emotionally... They have these emotional attachments that just make something happen to somebody when they hear them, which is brilliant.
That's right, even though people haven't the faintest idea what you're singing about, it emotionally affects them, doesn't it? You know what I mean? They don't know what you're saying at all.
We actually thought about putting some English translations in the album booklet.
Neil Sedaka has done it.
But then I thought, let's leave a bit of mystery to it.
Okay, well, I'll play a record for you after this, Joe, as well, if you can stage it. That Dance With My Father again, you did that for your audition for X Factor as well.
Yes. I absolutely love that song, and I grew up listening to singers like Luther Vandross, Tina Turner, Michael Jackson. You know, my mum had all those albums playing. So I've always loved that song, and I was so happy that I got to put it on the album.
You know who co-wrote it?
Who co-wrote
Richard Marx.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
And you know Joe won Britain's Got Talent. Britain's Got Talent. Joe Jai.
Yes.
Well, the big song he sang about missing you. That's another Richard Marx song. I was amazed, you know. And I had Richard on the show not too long ago, and he never mentioned anything about those.
Some amazing songs.
Yeah,
some amazing, and that is a beautiful song.
Oh yeah,
it's a beautiful song.
It's a great song. That's an emotional song.
Yeah, it is. You know, I sing that on the show as well, and sometimes I have to put a glaze over my eyes because I can just look out and see people crying their eyes out.
I bet you there's a few classical artists who would like to sing that song.
It has a bit of a kind of classical feel to it.
Yeah.
The lyrics and how it's a very dramatic song, and I love the way Luther Vandross did it with that kind of R&B style to it. But it was really cool. So when we did it as well, I wanted to kind of, because we were doing the classic album and calling it classic, I wanted to kind of get that orchestra feel on it and really strip it back. So it is a very, very emotional song.
Okay, now you're at the Philharmonic Hall tonight.
I am, yes.
You got a great support act as well, The Reason For.
Yes, those guys are brilliant.
They're in here at 4 o'clock.
Very good guys.
Good lads. And they're lucky, they are their own bouncers.
Yeah. They were telling me about this the other day. Actually, they were saying about they were at a gig and they sometimes have to like kind of pull each other out of situations if it gets a bit crazy.
Yeah. Okay, let's hear a track from the classic album. This is Joe and Time to Say Goodbye. Here we are. You probably never thought you'd hear him singing that, but there it is, Joe McElderry and Time to Say Goodbye. And rumour has it that the only reason Joe went in for Pop Star to Opera Star, and the reason he sang that, he's determined to cop off with Katherine Jenkins. And who can blame him?
I'm sure she'll love you for saying that.
Oh, she's great though.
I love
what's great about Katherine? She comes over, she sells the arena out, but she still comes in.
Oh, she's lovely.
You know what I mean?
She's a lovely lady. She's very,
and so does Hayley Westenra. But they come in. People who don't have to come in, but they do come in. You know what I mean?
Very talented.
And very good looking. As I've said to many times, Joe, you don't get ugly opera stars anymore. They used to all be fat with helmets on. Well, it didn't, eh? Listen, you
just see what everybody else is thinking, don't you?
Can you deny it? Didn't used to be fat women with Viking helmets on. Not now. They're all Hayley Westenra and Katherine Jenkins. My word. Right? I wonder my blood pressure tablets. I want you to hear this now, Joe. You were talking before about Nessun Dorma.
Yes.
So I want you to hear this just before you go. Yeah, Joe, there's your English lyrics.
Well, I did an English version on my album, Hear My Prayer of Nessun Dorma. But that's obviously, I think everybody could, with that song, it's such beautiful music, you can just put any lyrics to it. It's great.
I mean, I remember saying years and years ago that somebody's going to have a hit with Nessun Dorma, but you need English lyrics. And of course, they did the World Cup thing, and it got to the moment with the Italian lyrics, you know.
It is a great song. Well, aria. It's an aria, isn't it?
Yeah. And the other one I love as well, and Brian May's just done it with Kerry Ellis, Anthem.
Yes.
That's a great song as well,
Yeah, it's a great song.
So you got a Christmas album out soon as well, Joe. Classic Christmas. It's the only Christmas album out this week.
It's out 28th of November. And yeah, I was just saying before the song that I thought I was going to be the only one with a Christmas album out, but it seems the whole universe of musicians this year are releasing one, so it's going to be a Christmas fest. It's going to be fun.
I mean, what was the name of the band now that got to number one and got on your nerves?
Rage Against the Machine. How could you forget that name?
Maybe they'll bring a Christmas album out now they've heard you got one out.
Do you know, actually, somebody told me the other day, somebody got an email who works with me off the guy who actually started that campaign, saying that he wants to try and start a campaign now to try and get me to Christmas number one. How things changed.
Yeah. But it was only a week. You were still number one on the 28th.
Exactly. And to be honest,
it's getting to number one that counts. It doesn't matter whether it's in May, June, or April. You've had a number one.
Yeah, and it was one of the biggest chart battles ever. It was, to be honest, a great thing historically to be a part of, musically wise, because you know it was a pretty full-on chart battle. It changed like every 2 hours. It was changing the figures. It was amazing to watch.
But it does leave within you, Joe, this terrible inner fear to know that they could eventually, if they can do with that with Rage Against the Machine, they could eventually make Sunita number one. Oh my God.
Anything's possible. The power of the internet now.
Joe, thanks for coming in. Have a great time tonight at the Philharmonic Hall.
Thank you for having us.
And good luck with the Christmas album.
Thank you.